Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian Report. We'll be looking at the ASX, China and Hong Kong, and maybe the S&P 500 quickly, and the ASX 200 here on the weekly chart. We have primary wave 3, primary wave 4, primary wave 5 of cycle degree 5. So a very serious top here. From primary 4 to primary 5 here, we're looking at 5 waves of intermediate degree of 1 and 2, and strong third wave, ABC for the fourth, and then the fifth wave here. Now, because wave 2 is simple, then we can also expect wave 4 to be complex. So we just need to be mindful that we may get a correction that may be more complex than a simple A, B, and C wave here. But we'll get to that, and we'll still do our buying on the low here as well as our selling on the way down through here. So let's drill into here and have a look at this in a little bit more detail. So on the daily chart here, let me just drag that across here a little bit. So this is where we're looking at. So we're looking at wave 3 with an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. Now, this C wave here should have 5 waves in it, and I'm looking at it to come back to the wave A here. As a flat correction. At this stage, it could end up being a triangle pattern in this space here as well. We'll see how the rest of the US and European markets pan out as well. Wave C, we're looking for 5 waves down, so we're looking at our first little 5-wave structure to the downside. I think we've got one more little low to make here before we have our wave 1 completed and wave 2 into play here. So I think I'll just cut through to the hourly chart, but before I do that, this is China here doing the same thing. So we were looking, last time we spoke about this, we were looking for this market to see how it reacted to its 50 and 60% retracement level here. 61.8% was very close here in this little rectangle box, so that's on its way down now. So we can look for this to be wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, something of this nature here, before seeing a move up. It may even stretch further down here. I don't know. Let's see how the wave structure unfolds. And the Hong Kong market, Seng, will be doing the same here as well here. So we can look at this moving down for 1 and 2, and it might have a third and a fourth and a fifth, something of this nature here, coming down to the wave 4 of 1 less degree and the A wave here. So that's where that is, and that's the same as the US markets as well. So on our first leg down through here, I'm not sure which charts I've been working on. Let's just go to the hourly chart here. Okay, so just get this into perspective here. So we're pretty much looking for 5-7 down here, this sort of area, 5-650 here, but we'll just see how we travel. There's a couple of important steps along the way here. It does appear that we've got a 5-wave structure here. It's not that clear here, but it's a little bit clearer on the US markets here. So let me just drag this across here. So this is just an hourly chart here. Let me get it into perspective here. So we can see here we've got a nice clear 1 and 2 on the S&P 500, and then the third wave and the fourth wave and the fifth wave here. I do believe there's another little move down here before another move down here. And then we get the A, the B, and the C wave stretching back up into this block of resistance here, which is volume, which we call supply, sellers, before seeing a move down through here. But it's more important to track the structure going up here in terms of this wave C here should be in 5 waves. As soon as the fifth of the fifth of the fifth is done, then you can short here. So let's just see. This is, the box is always just a guideline at this stage, but as I've always mentioned before, this number here, the 272, is really important, so we can play with that there too on that turn. So we'll just move this out of the way and come back into this particular space here. So yeah, so just I'm just lining this up with the US markets. There's another way to count this as well, but I think we'll just sort of stay with this for the time being. So on the tick chart here, I think we can go into here. Okay, so let's just get a little bit more in here. Okay, that will do here. So sorry, just looking around. Right, so today we're basically heading down for from this wave 4 here, we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and then we've got the third wave down here. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. Then we've got our A wave, our B wave, and our C wave coming back up here to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, which is about a 50% retracement rather than the 38.2, which is the lower end, but that's all fine. It never found support on top of group 1, so 5,900 here, then we have 10, 20 and 30, which make up group 1. So it tried to get up there, didn't it? So, I mean, it got up there and it came back. So the first high above the levels, and if we had to go long, then that would have been our long trade above that, or we could have brought it down to this one here, because we need to take our trade signals as well, and we'd do that on top of support, on top of a group 1 here, but it never finished its long trade setup here, so that's fine, never got triggered. So now we're looking at 5 waves down. So today I can't draw on this side of the price, so I'll just come over here. So from that top here, we'll look at 1 and 2. Whoops, a daisy, sorry. So this little move down here is 1 and 2 and 3. So we're looking for basically here, we're looking for wave 1 to come down, then 2 to come back, then 3 and 4 and 5 here. So it'll be something like that, you know, coming into this point here, down to here somewhere. And then we've got to work on this ABC bounce here. Okay, a bit annoying, but there we go. So yeah, alrighty, I think I'll just leave it at that. So just be mindful of group 2 down here, the 5,880, and then the 72 here, and the 65 here. So that should sort of breach in the low here at this stage, coming in here. Okay, just short and sweet. Cheers.